I want to get back to Regen Network. So just to summarize, you have you're kind of like in this ambivalent state. You are
I'm bummed out. I'm just bummed.
Yeah,
I'm bummed.
So it sounds like neutral, a little bit disappointed, also a little bit frustrated, also. How does that affect the direction that you guys are taking? Because you said earlier that you guys are sunsetting the kind of like contributions and partnerships.
It looks that way, yeah. I think that's yeah. I think we'll we may still contribute from time to time, but we won't be performing the level of maintainership and engagement with the Cosmos SDK that we have up until now.
So how does it affect Regen? Like, does that just mean basically that's actually more bullish for Regen, because now all of you guys, the whole team, the whole engineering team, you can just only focus on Regen, or what does it mean in terms of like internal?
Yeah, we'll have a lot more focus and time and engagement for Regen core development and the creation of what we're building. So that's exciting. On from a certain perspective, it's quite a relief to be able to just say, okay, great. Like we've done our tour trying to, sort of like maintain this bigger community infrastructure and apparatus. And now it's time to just like get down and build Regen network and serve our app chain and our constituencies and just like hammer on the features that are coming. And so, and then, just in terms of like where Regen is at, we've continued to postpone the Nature Carbon Ton launch. I'm sure people are like, oh man, this is like it's behind. The bulk of the reason that we're behind on the launch has to do with the fact that this is an asset that is getting bridged from Polygon, and the bridges that currently exist, like Axelar and Gravity and Wormhole, are all awesome, but they're not Carbon asset bridges. Carbon isn't just like a random ERC20 token that all you have to do is track. Like we have to move functionality. So there's message passing and there's more complex, if there's a more complex bridge story, and that's taken us longer than expected, oftentimes because of the stuff, the EVM stuff on the Polygon side. We're actually all ready to go on Regen side. It's all ship shape. There's some audits that just took place, which is great. There's a last couple pieces that are coming together. So I think we're on track for a March NCT launch and March NCT liquidity pool on Osmosis with our partners, the Osmosis community. For those of you who don't remember, we did this first ever protocol to protocol swap and mutual carbon liquidity bootstrapping agreement with Osmosis. So there's going to be a very deep liquidity pool of real world asset of carbon credits that then can be used to sort of bootstrap this new regenerative finance economy. I haven't at all been speaking about it. It's like sort of a funny thing. Like, I appear into other ecosystems as sort of like a refi founder and a refi guru, regenerative finance, not just decentralized finance. But in the Cosmos ecosystem, we've sort of like, for various reasons, we haven't fully seen the refi wave as much as I thought we were going to. There's great people like the Empower Chain folks, and there's a bunch of cool stuff. I think that WindDAO on Juno has some of this vision to be funding public goods to the exchange. Of course, there's Regen, there's IXO. There's a lot there, right? But I actually feel like this big launch with the Nature Carbon Ton on Osmosis in collaboration and the Carbon Zero, in which there's a bunch of, like, we've gone and done on-chain protocol governance with all of these different blockchains to generate demand for this real world asset to create this whole internal economy. And that's all like, we're on the cusp of all of that launching. It's super exciting. So there's about to be deep carbon liquidity. Folks might go, like, you can go to Kepler and you can see Regen's marketplace live right now. We have these amazing carbon credits. Jack, I don't know if people saw on Twitter, but we just finally announced, this happened a little bit earlier, actually late last year. But Jack Johnson just offset his whole last year's music tour with our carbon credits, which is super exciting. So there's a bunch of cool, just like there's so much activity and stuff moving right now. It's a very exciting time in Regen Network.
Yeah.